hello, and welcome to our second session of a Ryuutama actual play, Beastly Botanicals, a name that no longer holds any mystery for our party, having seen certain weird things happen to their own beloved pets and companion animals. We'll quickly go around, have our players briefly introduce themselves, half sentences about who they're playing, and then our journal keeper will give a short recap. And then we'll get back into the game. I'm going to go in order of my Zoom chat because it's easiest and I'm lazy. So, Wraith.
Hi, I'm Wraith. I am playing Juniper Beckett, proud owner of now a flowery little fox, and one of the only ones that hasn't been burned by the plant chicken.
Yeah, it's still a good chicken. He didn't mean to. Speaking of a good chicken, and he didn't mean to, Lex.
Hi, I'm Lex. I'll be playing Corey, who is the owner of the fine chicken, giant chicken. Very concerningly growing poison oak, poison ivy. I'm not sure what it is, but it burns and it blisters and it hurts. And it has gotten 2 of us thus far.
It sure did. The other poor soul who got burned by a chicken. Jace. Kai.
Hi, I'm Kai. Playing Jace today. Both she, they. You can find me on the internet at Kaiwa Creative. I don't know if we did that. But I'll be, it'll be Jace in their sock hands today.
Excellent. I mean, you still managed to get in your eyes somehow, but...
That's not me.
I'm sorry. No, myself. Corey, who didn't do sock hands.
Because Corey wasn't smart.
Wisdom of sock hands.
Corey wasn't smart. I feel like we need it on a t-shirt. And to our journal keeper, Amanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda. You can find me most places at Pandacabra. I use she, her pronouns, and my character is Saki Kujira, an artisan traveling blacksmith who it seems like has become the designated mom friend of the group.
Missing from our party today is our healer. Nothing can go wrong. Why would you need a healer? Meghan is out for 2 weeks, but there might be some guests cropping up to keep our party, I was going to say on the rails, but you were never on the rails, so moving forward with spirit and joy. Amanda, the recap from last week.
So we started our adventure in Lifferwin, which is a water-based little town full of canals and everything's very water-based. It's spring. We're kind of waiting for summer to start. Our herbalist, Rosalie, tries to find some herbs, but she's discovering that the shopkeepers of Lifferin aren't exactly the most knowledgeable or honest people in the countryside, and basically it's very much like I know more than you kind of thing going on. However, Juniper is also there. Juniper finds a stable hand trying to teach self-defense classes to 3 mares, to a couple of horses. Jace is trying to look for an adventure, so he stops into sort of a temple to try to find a job board. So he wants to go on a very, 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 very heroic adventure. Some things are like, just simple chores, maybe ivy removal, doing some irrigation trenches, but then sees an ad for someone who is looking for help for a quote-unquote weird problem with her goats. I believe it was. So, meanwhile, Saki is trying to, be a traveling artisan, is helping some people, and kind of gets in over her head with a poor man who wants to fix up his tools, but not necessarily so they're like brand new. He wants them to be, exactly like he wants them. He has a certain feel for his tools or his favorites, but he wants them fixed, but he doesn't want them fixed that much. And it's starting to become a little overwhelming. But so along the way, she discovers that some of the tools are made from a special walking stick from someone who previously went on their Ryuutama journey, and she is curious that if she can trace the origins of this walking stick, then she can repair this man's beloved pickaxe. Corey is entertaining some children with his giant chicken Keko, and all of the children of the village are coming around playing with Keko until Keko gets really overwhelmed and pecks one of the kids, and the kids gets upset, and then everyone starts yelling, and yeah, some village Karens start being like, "Rah, that chicken." So meanwhile, all of that is happening, and slowly the party starts coming together. I believe Rosalie and Corey meet and decide to settle in for the night when they start noticing that the Keko has like a growth. Like a couple of leaves are sticking out from underneath. And Rosalie, being an herbalist, is very curious about why this is happening. Jace and Juniper meet up with Corey and Keko. Jace and Corey pet Keko. And then that's when they start breaking out into blisters. And everyone starts having like a really bad time. And meanwhile, I think it was Rosalie and Saki go off to fill up a water barrel, keeping in mind that they are two of the shortest members of the party and the barrel is about as big as they are. So that's really fun to try to figure that out. So half the party is already dealing with this weird, like, poison ivy-ish growth coming out from the chicken. And yeah, and we all discovered it's like, hey, you know what? Let's go investigate this like farm with the weird goats, because, you know, maybe this is all connected. We'll find out.
That sounds about right. The party decided to rest overnight to go together to Fern's fabulous farm. A wonderful place, heartily recommended by the local shopkeeper, who definitely has personal experience and did not read from a script that she was paid to plug. And we ended last time on your morning condition checks. Does everyone have their condition number still written down somewhere? Right, please keep your condition check in mind moving forward. You're at the edge of town. What's the plan?
Jace sort of puffs themselves up and looks over the group and just goes, "Don't worry, I shall protect you on this perilous journey." And then sort of awkwardly turns. They still have their sock hands going, so it's like not at all dignified, and starts confidently marching in a direction.
Perfect.
And is easily corrected if someone else actually knows where they're going.
It's a very, very reasonable question. Let's get more of our journey checks out of the way. If everyone will grab their dice, we will start with the travel check. A travel check is a strength dex roll. And I will tell you that your target number is 7. Because you are on fairly easy terrain and it is okay weather. Like, it's not super pleasant. It's that kind of clammy cold that you know is gonna start seeping in at some point. But it's not like heavy rain or anything. So you're aiming for 7 or higher.
I got exactly 7.
11.
Beautiful. 11,
10.
even better. Excellent.
Yeah. I always gotta. That's a 5.
A 5. Lovely. How many hit points do you have?
8.
No, you have 4.
Yeah.
Tell me, Lex, how does Corey lose 4 hit points this early on in the day?
I'm very tempted, sorely tempted, that it involves the chicken. And I think it's a
absolutely love
case
that for you.
of, just we were going along and he went to try and adjust some of the harnesses and, all the stuff because Keko is the pack animal. And Corey forgot that, okay, my hands are, bandaged up, so, no more of this oil is going to get on my hands.
Mm-hmm.
But if I touch anything else with my bandage hands, there will be transfer. So
Mhm.
I feel like he has another bad run-in with the itchy oils, and then probably slips at some point because he's just sitting there flailing his arms around. Goes, no,
Not again.
No. Oh, I already feel bad for Corey. All right, Corey, not doing too hot today. Already had a bad yesterday and a bad night. Just continuing your streak, kind of. And then the question is, of course, how long is this trek going to be? So I need the direction check from our mapper.
Our mapper is Rosalie.
Yes.
oh yeah,
I would offer to roll it. I have her sheet. So I usually roll really, really well. So I will roll it for you. Is someone helping Rosalie? She seems a little quiet today, a little out of sorts, but she checked which way you're roughly going.
I help as designated other mom friend.
Yeah, the 2 sensible people at the front. Rosalie Dawn. Oh, I see why you're making her do this. She's good at this. Yeah, I grabbed my dice. I did not grab dice for Rosalie. The things I'm playing don't have d8s. There we go. Here's a d8. She gets... I shouldn't roll for you anymore. I'm too helpful. She gets a solid 12.
Nice.
Meaning that you will be traveling the day. Some complaining from the people with man flu and poison ivy. But in general, at least, you don't get lost. Tell me a little bit how this first day of travel looks for this group. Are you traveling in silence? Are people on chickens? Or what's...
Oh, absolutely not on the chicken.
No.
that's part of the problem. Corey went to go, oh, yeah, okay, we're traveling. Let me climb up on the back of the...
We all watched Corey just fall over.
Force of habit, just muscle memory took over.
Yep. And
It's a helpful reminder for us all. Don't touch the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as I was about to touch the chicken again.
Mm-hmm.
Glad he could be of help to the party, but also rolling her out to the ground for a little bit because, owie.
I imagine this was a pretty well-traveled path as well, that, it'd be almost impossible to get lost at this point.
So the first part out of the village is definitely... it makes sense. There's a very clear defined path. So for this first day, you don't expect too many issues, but you do remember, or at least heard from one of your other party members, that Lana specifically moved her farm off path for a more authentic experience. But currently, you're on a nice little road.
What does the landscape look like?
Let me see if I can put up a nice little picture for you. I can't because it doesn't have any music. So it gets drier quite quickly. Because you're moving south, was actually a little more uphill. The terrain gets a little drier. There's not a million creeks for Jace to fall into. Still pretty woodlandy, but definitely not wild. It's still very people friendly, if that's a good word for it. It's very cultivated. Again, you'd probably like it better if it wasn't so gray and just damp. It's one of those days where you're starting to wonder if summer is actually nearby or it's just going to be this forever. There's little patches of flowers that grow around little trees. Lots of birds. Not a lot of other wildlife that you can tell. But if you wanted to, you could go looking for it. Or you can just stay on the path.
As we're going along, do we notice, let's say like the wild birds, do they seem like they also have growths on them?
How close are you getting to look?
I'm getting fairly close. I'm gonna try to like sneak up on like maybe there's like a bird pecking on like the side of the road, looking for a worm or something.
Roll dexterity intellect to see how sneaky you are and how much you see.
What, D6 and a D4. That's gonna be an 8.
An 8. You find something that resembles what we in the real world would call a woodpecker. Looks pretty normal.
Okay. I just say that it's like, hey, have you guys noticed that like some of the other birds around here, they seem like normal?
Well, lucky them.
I wonder if it's something that's just happening to like in towns?
Or maybe Mr. Keko was the first one with it, and
Also, Keka might be infecting the others. Oh.
Well, no, probably not, because, well, your fox didn't touch Mr. Keko.
No, but I didn't check him until after I'd spent some time around him.
Are we gonna grow plants?
I don't want to be poisonous.
peeks at hands to make sure there's no plants growing.
There are no plants growing on your hands right now.
Cool. Excellent. Jace will put their little sock hands back on and be suspicious.
Everything.
Right.
When in doubt, just be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most of this first day, you can just stay on the path, get to know each other, chill a little. Is there anything anyone else wants to check on or do? Any side jobs that you want to spend time on? Any appropriate or inappropriate questions you have for your fellow party members? You have a solid 8 hours of walking to spend.
Yeah, I want to do something. Yeah. So as we are walking, Corey, it's boring, and Corey's hands itch, and like his face kind of itches a little, and like he's just having a bad day. And so, yeah, he can't play his guitar, but he's still gonna sing y'all a little walking song because, like, why not? And I think it's a combination. Like, on the one hand, it's not as upbeat as it could be because, it's a gray day and the bird has poison ivy. And so the song probably has some to the effect of, these plants have plans and they're, all against us, and the sky might be conspiring with them, but that's okay because we're going to keep at it and it's not going to get us down. And yeah. So he's going to play a song for y'all, rather sing a song for y'all because he can't play his guitar right now. And I'm using my side job music skill. So I'm gonna roll some dice to see how well that goes.
Excellent.
Not super well. I'm sorry, everybody. So, that's a total of 2.
I'm sorry. Is there a way for you to get a 2 that isn't a fumble?
Yes, because mine is a side job. I get a -1 to the base roll.
Okay, so it's not technically a fumble. It's just really bad.
It's just really bad.
Okay.
My dice were a 1 and a 3.
Beautiful. Jace.
Wait, no, that makes it a 3 in total. I don't know why I said 2.
I mean,
I
the
can't
3
do
isn't
math.
much better. It's just not better. Jace, what does this sound like to you, knowing that the music check is a 3?
Jace was also starting to get a little bit bored after trying to take their job of like looking ahead and keeping watch very seriously, obviously self-appointed. But they hear this song start to ramp up, and for a second they're like, okay, we're gonna have a little sing along, tries to get with the rhythm, and then realizes there's no rhythm. It's also not in a key that they have heard in their lifetime. And they kind of quickly just, I am going to scout ahead, make sure the way is clear, and sort of jogs up about 50 yards in front of everyone and starts like standing on a rock, looking around, being like, is this going to keep going?
Now, I apologize to anyone with a condition of 6 or less. We all gained the muddled 6 status effect.
Okay, what's that mean?
Beautiful. I do think Rosalie was okay, condition-wise. But she does decide, oddly enough, at this exact point, that she's gonna go herb gathering. A little away from the group.
And away from the terrible song.
Let's say out of earshot.
Juniper's also okay, but she's got the customer service, like, polite smile, just like pretending that she's enjoying this when really it's like, he's having a bad day, so I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, he doesn't keep up the song for very long because, like Jay said, there's no rhythm to it. There's not really even any heart in it. It's just something to fill space and time.
You're just singing your misery out into the world.
Yep.
I'll roll Rosalie's herb gathering.
What muddled means for us, Jace, is that our int die is down by 1.
Which, if your int die is already, because it says 1 die size, if it's already a 4, what do you do?
You never go under a 4.
Okay. So we're fine.
Yeah, great, perfect.
You can't make us any dumber.
You can't feel any worse than you already do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Constantly confused at all times anyway.
Every time a thought might enter into your head, Corey sings about another weird plant-adjacent conspiracy theory, and you go, maybe he has a point. Mm-hmm. No, Corey never has a point. I don't think the plants are actually conspiring against you. Rosalie goes herb picking, which will take her very long. You won't see her for a while, I'm afraid. And I'll text her what she finds. And I'll leave it up to Meghan whether or not she wants to share with the party. She just goes, don't worry about me. She spotted those plants I described growing under the trees and went, those look interesting and familiar, but also weird. And I will meet you at the farm. Grabs a little mini backpack, some extra rations. Takes off. I did not get her poison. I rolled well enough. I feel this is important to mention. Alright, so we have Juniper and Saki doing reasonably well, and then we have Jace and Corey in misery, befuddled, off-key, trying to get away from the off-keyness. Is Keko used to your singing?
Yeah, but it's usually a lot better than this.
Okay, so even a chicken is like, I don't know about this.
I think at some point, like, Keko reaches over and kind of nibbles through his hair and, like, tugs a bit, like, hey, stop that sound. Stop it at once. And Corey's just like, oh, forget it.
Aw. Poor Corey. Jace was scouting ahead, and I use that term very loosely. Standing on a rock, looking forward. I think it's about time you start. This took all day, right? This is just walking in silence, grumbling to yourself. A little bit upset in general. It's late spring. We're hoping to turn to summer too soon, but it depends on the dragons. So it starts to get dark fairly early, especially with how gray it is and how wet it is, and like you're not soaked through, but everything's just annoyingly clammy. Who's gonna start looking for a camping spot?
I feel like either me or Saki should probably take a look around.
Jason's
One of us
for
can
one.
one of us
Yeah.
can look, and the other can watch our two miserable party members to make sure that no more Ivy incidents happen.
Which is for the best, because if y'all hadn't, like, started preemptively looking, Keko, being an old bird, was just gonna start finding himself a spot to sleep.
There. And what looks good to a chicken is not necessarily something that looks good to a human.
No.
A lesson learned from last night.
Yep.
Alright. Juniper and Saki. Let's see. You have enough sleeping gear this time? Because you bought a tent when you left? Question mark? Or are we still bedrolling it up?
I believe I'm still bedrolling it up.
Okay.
But I don't have my little list of items that I have. I know I bought something for that preemptively.
I know someone got like water and some extra rations. I'm trying to think if you actually managed to get enough tents for the entire party.
Oh no, Jace would have committed to a sleeping bag thinking it was far tougher.
I love that. So,
Yeah, just a sleeping bag.
alright, sleeping bag. I know Corey had a tarp that used to be attached to a chicken that flew away and got recovered and is not looking good because that was also not a good roll. So we have half a tarp. And a lovely wet night dooming up ahead of us. Which means I will give the party a -1 to their camping check.
Can I do my pre-setting up hunting?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Something edible that isn't like a songbird, more like a grouse, something like that.
Okay, so but we're looking for birds.
I mean, if there's something better than birds, whatever I find that is an edible.
Edible animals. Check.
Yeah, little fellas. All right, so I roll a D8 and a D4. Is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
Sure.
I don't think you have any penalties since you already couldn't go lower on your int. Huzzah.
Ooh. 3.
Hey, beautiful. You spot like you're looking for edible animals, and you hit the jackpot. There is a lovely family of juicy, succulent, tiny deer-type creatures, just chilling in a glade, munching on some greenery. Haven't noticed you at all. Remind me of what weapon you're hunting with?
I slowly take my bow off of my back and say, I am the predator, and slowly get ready to go.
All right, as you knock an arrow, draw it back. You know that thing that you do when you're not feeling great and you have sock hands?
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to draw a bow and arrow, and you do the thing where your inner elbow is too far in? Yeah. You manage to hit yourself on the inside of your arm. And the arrow goes flying. You're down an arrow and you're up a bruise.
You just yelp and scare off all the deer.
I know, they just look at you, like, judgmentally.
Oh, couldn't even skip. I look very dejected and kind of like walk sadly back to camp.
I have a question. Is it possible for me to try to repair the tarp?
I mean, you have mending, I believe.
Yeah, I do. I do have repair action.
And what is your... my main question is, what are you using to repair it? Because you're mainly a blacksmith. So I don't know if you have, like, needle and thread with you.
I have a repair kit I would offer.
If you share, I think you're good.
All right. That is strength and dex.
And if this sounds like I'm nickel and diming my party, this is correct. That's part of Ryuutama.
That was a 9.
Very good. So you have a whole tarp, a little smaller than it used to be because you had to like cover some patches with existing bits of tarp. So you lose about like a square meter of tarp, but what you have is whole and usable.
So there is one tarp for tent.
I was about to say, you still absolutely get a -1 on your camping check.
Yeah.
But maybe I
at
suggest
least one of you will be a little more comfy.
I suggest that maybe Corey sleeps under the tarp because they are not having a great time right now. Corey or Jace, one of the two. I will just be like, maybe you should sleep in the tarp. It seems like none of you are having a great time right now.
Like Corey is about to be gracious and be like, yeah, no, it should be Jace because it was my bird that got Jace hurt. And then Corey's like, but I'm having a really bad day. I don't even want to offer that. Just kind of standing there pouting.
Jace is like already like in their sleeping bag, like just propped up against a tree, like pouting about how poorly they are, just being a big baby. They still have their sock hands. Like, no, it's fine. I'll be fine out here. Just kind of like tucks their head a little bit into the sleeping bag. How you doing? It's really cold.
Oh yeah, going full on toxic masculinity. No. I got this. I will not admit weakness. Shiver, 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 shiver.
Like you hear a sniffle.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just like, you're being really brave about this.
Oh, no, don't encourage them.
Thank you.
Oh, you're all gonna die.
I think Corey tries to offer an extra blanket to Jace, but like considering how much of the bird is covered in this ivy.
Yeah, you can't really snuggle up to your bird to make yourself warm at night. Like you're
like he's used to, and it's just like this isn't gonna work. Like
you can ask very nicely if you like hold out a wing, or like prop a stick under a chicken wing. I don't know.
He's not gonna do it. I just feel it in my bones. He's not gonna do it.
I mean, it is Keko we're talking about. It's highly unlikely that they'll cooperate.
So I feel like that'd be really bad if the wing fell in the night.
And then I'd be trapped between Ivy wing and Ivy body and just
oh my god.
Starting on 4 hit points, that's not a good place to be.
No. So he's just like, no, just gonna keep my blanket, gonna go under the tarp and just pretend like I don't even notice that maybe Jace could use an extra bit of blanket.
Jace will like do this slow, try and sneak under the tarp as the night goes on, though. Just like log
We're
rolling
gonna wake
closer.
up just cuddled up together.
Pretty much.
Oh man, we're doing the one bed trope so soon in the season.
I know that. I was just thinking that. I was like, oh, there's only one tent.
Oh
Puppy
no, there's
pile.
only one small tarp for all of us.
Hey, if it's cold enough, puppy pile is a feasible option.
I would never tell you not to. Okay. Juniper and Saki, you also only have bedrolls.
Yep.
Which one of you is going to be rolling the actual check and which one is providing support?
So I've got a 4 and 8 for the camp check, like to roll.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've got better.
I have 4 and 6.
Okay, so I'll.
You're like slightly better.
I will tell you that your target number has gone up to 8 and you're rolling at a -1.
Oof. That is 2 1s. That is a fumble.
You may add a fumble point to your group's fumble pot. I believe that's your second fumble point in 2 sessions. As a group. I'm gonna look at my off-screen producer and tell Eva to remind me to get those donation incentives going, because one of them is in fact $5 for a re-roll on a camping check. And we'll get those going for next time when we can actually use them.
Help us.
That would have been very useful.
That would be super helpful right now. So, what happens on a fumble camping check? Everybody who already suffered health loss doesn't regain any health. Nobody can be cured of any conditions. No one can be cured of any statuses. And tomorrow's early morning wake-up condition check is going to be at a -1 for everybody. You also don't recover any magic points.
I'm so sorry, Corey.
Tell me what went wrong, Wraith? What happened while setting up this camp that made it not just bad, but bad? While I yell at my camera.
I have to. No, sorry. There's a cat really close to my drink. I have to imagine that some of the oil from the ivy got on our bags, like on our sleeping bags.
That sounds
We
about
were
right.
using it as a pack animal, and
Who notices first?
I imagine it's Corey because, like, I've got the tarp and the sleeping bag underneath, and I'm thinking myself clever because I'm not sleeping right up under the bed. So why am I still itching in new places?
It's a valid question. I imagine Juniper and Saki like wake up because Corey's going, why? Why am I itching in new places? And you wake up, you're like, stop talking about itching. It's making me feel like I'm itching. And then you realize, no, you
We're
are
itching.
itching.
oh no.
Just get a despairing why?
I thought I was safe from this.
Right.
Yeah.
That is entirely valid. So we did get a tip for you to re-roll your camping check.
Uh-oh.
It's not going to be... I will say if you now roll a critical success, I will honor it. But your check DC
What?
is significant. You're all waking up, you're all itching, and now it's up to you as a group for how you deal with this. Thank you to Ida for tipping the stream. I don't normally call out donations, but I love Ida because she's the cutest little stream cat. And apparently she's spending her kitty allowance to help us out.
Thank you. So -1, the reroll is a 9.
a 9. That is, in fact, a success. Which means, Corey, you actually feel better when you wake up than when you went to bed.
Just finally got used to the itching, I guess.
Yeah, it's just background noise at this point. If anyone else had any hit point damage, you recover. You go to double of what you're currently on, up to your maximum hit points. If you had spent any magic points, those are also recovered. And you don't suffer a penalty to your condition check.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Honestly, I wasn't even worried about myself. I was just so sad about Corey.
I was too. I was just like, oh no, this was supposed to be an easy trip.
Just sniffling sadly in the dark, somehow wakes up and it's just
You
like...
can't even make it to the goat farm without Corey dying.
Barely left the road and I'm already on 2 hit points.
Yep. But no, he's okay now. It's fine.
Huzzah. We already determined you make it through the night safely, but I'm still going to ask a somewhat leading question. But in every game I've ever DM'd, there is no way to make this question sound not suspicious.
Uh-oh.
Do you set watches?
No,
Everyone sleeps through the night?
so miserable
So-
that they don't even
so
think
tired.
about it.
No.
Beautiful. All right. After the discovery that everyone is now horribly itchy, at least Juniper and Saki realize, you didn't touch the chicken. The oil traveled from chicken to a blanket to your skin, and if you rinse it down really well, you're okay, right? I mean, Jace and Corey still have what they have because they rifled through the leaves. But Juniper and Saki get out better than you anticipated when you woke up itching. Flip the sleeping bag inside out, rub it in wet grass. Don't go near the tarp. Just don't go near the tarp. And you pass the night uneventfully.
Excellent.
And you wake up to a lovely, lovely morning. So loads of dew on the grass, but the sky is in fact a clear blue.
Step 1, morning ritual. Grab some dew and wash your face. That's Corey's step 1. I'm not even awake yet, just rolls over. This is good and dew covered. Just gonna try and wipe some oil off my face, hopefully.
Very good. Just straight up with your hands, grass, wipe it down. Okay. So the main damage is still your hands, but that nasty spot you got on your eye last time, Rosalie helped a little. That's actually fading rather nicely.
That's good.
Your hands is, you know how when you get horrible things on your hands, and if only you could stop moving the skin, it would heal in no time, but because it's your hands, it keeps...
You can't just stop moving your hands.
Yeah.
Even once
Yeah.
you've wrapped them as thickly as you can.
Exactly. So the part on your face is healing very well, but your hands are still every time oh, this is going well, and you flex them, something
It's
cracks open.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh.
But
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah. Before we make too many bold statements about how you all are doing, let's roll condition checks and canonize it.
Yeah.
So does the old condition check get replaced by this new one? So
Correct.
So if I okay. Cool.
So if you roll a critical now, you're gonna have a fucking awesome day regardless.
I mean, I didn't, but I got a 9, which is way better than a 3.
That is way better than a 3. Well done.
I got
so close to
7.
a critical.
7, which is
Okay.
exactly the same that I was yesterday.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I
Can't
got
complain.
Doing better than yesterday, but it's still only a 6.
Oh wait.
I mean,
Oh wait,
at
does
least
does
I
that
got an
negate
11.
the muddled effect though? Since I rolled a 6.
What's this?
It's
Hang
a
on, let me
6
check.
exactly.
It's a 6 exactly. Equal to or higher, so yes, meets me.
Awesome. No
They're
more
no
muddle.
longer muddled. Jace is also no longer muddled.
So I got an 11.
Oh, that is very good. So you're feeling freaking top of the world. You're just super relieved you're not actually covered in poison, whatever this is. Yeah, no, you tell me. Why is Juniper waking up feeling so freaking great? What did it for you?
I think she probably just slept incredibly deeply after the previous night of. I think she's gotten used to now listening to Corey and Jace kind of bemoan their
Shuffling
conditions.
around.
Like she had experienced the previous night. It was a little rough the previous night, but now she's kind of used to it. So she's like, okay, I can tune this out now. I can sleep through the night. She had a little bit of an issue with the itching, but got it wiped off on the grass well enough.
Where did your fox sleep last night?
Probably just in the grass. Probably not in my actual bag.
She had like you had a little foxy nightlight next to you.
That's adorable.
How is Saki doing this morning?
Saki's doing about as well as she did yesterday, which is can't complain.
Okay, not great,
Yeah.
can't complain.
Yeah.
Medium. Nice.
Yeah, not bad. Not great, but not bad.
Corey, as you wake up, feeling better than yesterday, but not great, and you like move to get out of your sleeping bag, you find your movements somewhat restricted by the fact that there is a Jace under the tarp with you, snuggled quite closely.
Just kind of shuffle and then find something that is not bird and is not pack and just kind of pat, 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 pat. So at some point there is a hand against your face, just pat. Like, what is this?
Just like sits up super fast, like pulls out like it's a cooking knife, like it's a butter knife. But
Corey is not awake, like a washed face in the dew, and was just like, what is this next to me? Just
it's good morning, and I kind of like half roll away and like go back down as though snooze was it. And it's still pretty cold.
Yes, it's not as bad as it could be, though.
Yeah, sorry to, I guess, steal the protection of the tarp from.
It's not stolen. Just, I guess. Just really confused, kind of mumbling as he's slowly waking up for the day.
Yeah, Corey isn't someone who like wakes up and is there, right?
No.
To be fair, neither is Keko, so while you're grumbling, there's also this sort of grumbling chicken. I don't know how many people know how the rumbling source chickens make when they're supposed to be getting like off of their perch but don't wanna. It's when you remember that they're originally dinosaurs.
Yeah.
There's an upset dinosaur next to you who's like, it is too early for this.
That's
and also
probably,
I'm hungry.
That's probably the sound that really wakes Jace up, like, oh shit! Forgot about that giant chicken, and get like moves away a little faster, remembering how the chicken hurt them because they still have sock hands.
Fair enough. All right. What's the plan this morning, friends?
Feed bird. Feed us. Make sure everybody has water. March.
Excellent. The quartermaster hopefully marked off a food and water ration for everyone at the camping check yesterday. You have a farmer, so chickens eat free.
Chickens eat free.
And breaking camp is, I mean, I feel offended just saying that. You put away your bedrolls. Camp. Your sad excuse for... I should be nice to my players, no, but it's a sad excuse for a camp. You roll up your bedrolls, you wipe dewy water on your faces, and we are off. Where are we going? Oh, Mapper. Rosalie left you in game this time, so you're going to have to appoint a temporary mapper.
No.
Oof.
Rosalie is off doing herbalist things.
And Jace is walking confidently, so I mean, I can if no one stops me.
Follow the Jace.
Question, is Jace going the same direction we were originally going?
That's a very good question. Let's find out. Jace, roll int. Your target number is 6.
Wow. Okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I can do this. It's gonna be magical. Here we go. Gonna get 6 on 2d4s. I got 4.
You got a 4.
Yeah.
Good job. I was gonna say someone can help you, but even if they help you successfully, you only get to a 5. So Jace is marching off comfortably, confidently, in not quite the right direction, like not all the way wrong, but also not great, you know? Can I please have travel checks from everybody? Strength and dex.
That is a 7.
Excellent.
Also a 7.
9.
Excellent. Ooh, very good. So individually, things are looking up for you. Directionally, right? You're walking a solid half day. Like you're starting to think that maybe lunch would be a good idea-ish. Someone realizes the sun isn't as far behind you as it should be at this point. Maybe lunch and discuss things. And as you're starting to look for like a good spot to eat lunch, Jace, are you still also keeping an eye out? Are you still watch personing?
I am doing what I think the steps for keeping an eye out are.
Beautiful. Roll in spirit.
Oh, in spirit. All right, that is.
Can you get aid from the fact that Corey, having been wandering the roads for a bit, is just kind of casually keeping an eye out?
Corey can roll their own check if you want.
Okay.
Nice. 7.
Nice.
No, that's a 5.
All right. Corey casually keeping an eye out. You get kind of distracted because Keko is aware that you're going the wrong way sooner than the party is. But you just think Keko's trying to wander. But Keko just keeps heading more south. And you keep having to get Keko back with the group. Because Jace knows where you're going, right? Meanwhile, Jace, keeping an eye out. You see a bunch of goats. And a rather fabulous person herding these goats.
I yell from the rock that I am perched on, goats ho! Thinking that's the correct thing to yell.
I think that's offensive to the goats, to be fair.
I don't think goats can operate a hoe.
No, but
They don't have thumbs.
Okay, but like on a boat, they say land ho, there's goats ho.
But we're on land. And not on a boat.
But the goats are over ho.
Which direction is hoe?
Yonderly.
Yeah, okay, I guess. Corey don't know the first thing about boats.
I just kind of like point now.
But I do see goats.
Yes, and a goat herd.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, that might be the person we're looking for. We're kind of early, though, but...
I knew we'd find him. Led you right to him.
Good job.
It's always fishing.
You head on over? Is that what I'm...
More or less. Excuse me, hello.
This person turns around, looks at you, does this performative. Ha weary travelers, hello!
Good afternoon.
And strikes a pose on a rock. With his staff that he suddenly remembers he has.
Are you the
I
keeper
almost
of the
feel like
fabulous
you're
goats?
I am one of the keeper of the fabulous goats.
Is multiple?
There are very few of us for Fern. Her ladyship, Fern does not trust just anyone with her goats, but I, Bartholomew, have been chosen. I am under her spell and in her employ. As you look at this person, he is wearing what looks to be goat herding cosplay. Like he's in the smock, but it's made of silk. He's wearing the open sandals, but they're handmade, fine leather, tiny stitches, a little brand label on the side. His hair has extensions, just a little bit too much eyeliner. One of those, there's those handcrafted bracelets that are clearly this 200 gold boho stack from some ridiculous village that's just scamming people.
I don't notice that because I'm trying to pet a goat.
Beautiful. It allows you to pet him. He also starts eating your pants.
No, I need those. I need those for being in public. And now I'm like trying to push the goat slightly away from me.
Oh, it is absolutely not being pushed away. No.
Are the goats as fabulous as this person?
They are shiny, they are well-fed, good musculature, and a fair number of them have sprouted flowers.
The goats are both fabulous and flowering.
I now notice that the goat has flowers and sort of like look at my hand.
As soon as you look at your hand, the goat starts trying to eat your sock.
No. I need that for my hands. And I'm like just try to like speed walk away from the goat in the calmest manner possible.
The goat is in pursuit. Bartholomew, with like the Benny Hill theme song on in the background.
Yeah.
While Bartholomew just turns to Juniper Sakiguri, you must be wanting to go to the farm.
Yeah.
Have you booked a full experience, or are you just day tripping? I know that word now, day tripping.
Full experience?
The packages. Oh, it's fabulous. See what I did there?
Looks at Saki.
What are these experiences and packages that you speak of?
Oh, there are many fabulous options. There is a manatee mounting hop. There is, of course, a treacherous maze full of adventure and excitement. There's goats everywhere. A small herb garden that I have been banned from, and there's just lots of wonderful things to do at the farm. Fern has a fabulous mind as well as a fabulous farm.
I just fixate on the
Dave puts
phrase.
it all together.
I just fixate on the phrase herb garden that I'm currently banned from, and I just am like fixated on that sentence. I'm sorry, you're banned from the herb garden?
Ah, yes. Fern saw my talents lie with animal management and decided I was more suited as a goat herd. I needed a hobby, as my parents said, and I decided to translate that into a job.
As most of us do. Yeah.
That's a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Real industrious.
Anyone who is having a good look at Bartholomew can roll int spirit or int dex if you want to.
Okay.
For me. That's a 6.
Okay.
That is a 11.
Oh, very nice.
8.
8. So especially 11, Bartholomew, with the extensions and the eyeliner and the silks, when he moves, there's a little glint of a little necklace, and he's wearing the crest of Rayford, which is a very fancy pants fort populated by fancy pants people. Think a less shitty version of Versailles.
Okay.
Back in the days. And this person is basically cosplaying as a goat herd.
So, Bartholomew, which way to the goat farm?
Ah, yes. I was wondering why you were here. You've gone quite incorrectly, quite off the beaten path. You have strayed, as one would say. Perhaps if I join you for a midday meal, we can journey to the farm together.
Oh, that would be
Sure.
lovely.
We could use some guidance.
And I think it's
I believe I will
now.
be giving you guidance, for I know where we are going and you clearly do not.
I think that's about when Corey realizes that Keko the entire time was very keenly trying to go a specific direction, and it's like, oh.
You really should have listened to the chicken.
Should have listened to the chicken. Every time he doesn't listen to the chicken, stuff happens.
That fine person over there, I didn't catch anybody's names, I also don't really care. The person being chased by a goat, please don't wander away from my pack. I've already lost 2 today.
I'm like circling around. I'm just like, frame
Seem
and back
really
out.
worried that you've lost goats.
Oh, they do tend to wander, and they usually find their way home around dinner time.
Usually?
Yes. The dinner time. They always come home at some point.
Okay.
Occasionally pregnant.
Oh,
Who are they finding out there?
I
know what?
mean,
It's not my place to ask and question the comings and goings of goats.
he just looks baffled that you goats work in mysterious ways.
suppose.
Corey doesn't know a lot about a lot of things, but he does know about animals. Generally. Sort of.
Unless it comes down to your own chicken.
I guess.
All right. Lunch.
It ain't much, but sure. Because all we have is rations.
All you have is rations. Okay. Bartholomew sits down with you. He has one of those walking sticks that fold out into a little stool. Remember what? The economy doesn't make sense in general, but Bartholomew is just, whenever he runs out of something or he wants something, he just sends home. His parents are just happy he's not at home, so they just send him money. So he looks at your rations, looks at you, looks at your rations, breaks out a bottle of wine, a nice stone bottle with a wax seal and everything, and just wine.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
So tell me about yourselves, weary travelers. I'm sure you have the most fascinating stories to tell me.
Well, I don't know if it's fascinating, but I feel like I should warn you. Maybe don't sit near the chicken. Those funky looking leaves are itchy.
In my weeks of being a goat herd, I have learned never to touch the animals. If only
I
was just touching me, and he shows this like bite out of a silk sleeve.
I feel like I'm slowly side-eyeing Jace, who was just like, first instinct is, I gotta pet the goat.
And still being like chased, like standing on like a large rock, or has found like a tree to like hop up into to just get away from this goat.
There's a
Goats
goat
can climb
persistently
trees.
circling your tree. It's just
Like-
stripping the bark off the tree you're in.
I just sit up there. Can someone pass me some rations?
You okay?
Ah, yes, Poppy. She's quite headstrong. She'll let you down eventually. I once had to spend a night in a tree because of Poppy, but she doesn't climb well.
So I guess one thing, going for the humans. Huzzah!
Yeah, we're just trying to go to the farm. We were curious if any of Fern's goats were growing
Doing
plants like ours were. Clearly, yes. Are any of them poisonous?
Ivy has been quite itchy. Not all of them have been like a problem. I quite enjoy Ginger now. I've chased her around and gotten a little something for my tea. Of course, Bramble has been an absolute nightmare.
So they're growing different types of plants, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, yes.
Was all those their names before the plants?
What do you mean?
Was Ginger before the plants?
Ah,
Started
yes,
growing.
Fern loves a theme, and all the goats are named after plants. It started with their matriarch, Clover.
So which came first, the goat or the plants?
The goats? I don't know how much I'm supposed to be telling because I'm supposed to be creating an air of mystery, as one would say, which of course comes quite naturally to me. But we used to use the goat for many things, crocheting, sweater making, same with the alcapas, the llamas, all that good stuff. And recently, well, the crocheting business. Have you tried crocheting with Clover? I mean, I haven't, but Fern did, and it was apparently a complete disaster. So we'd like the animals to start having hair or fur again, rather than. I mean, I personally love this. I can just banned from the herb garden, and now I have a little traveling herb garden with me. But I have been asked not to harvest the goats anymore. I don't see why, but again, Fern is a friendly but strict employer. If she isn't, then I have to listen to Dave, and Dave also said not to touch them, so I'm just sort of minding them. And as he's telling you all of this, he's clearly not minding these goats, right? These are free-range goats. Bartholomew has no authority over them. They're just accidentally where he happens to be as well. But Bartholomew is convinced he's a goat herd. But
He's
names,
helping.
please, I gave you mine. Your names, your occupations, your hopes and dreams, please.
That seems like a lot for a first meeting, but I'm Juniper. This is Benny. I'm just a traveling merchant. Nothing big.
Oh, wonderful. You'll love our gift shop.
I am Saki Kujira. I am a traveling blacksmith from Winwood Village.
Fascinating. I should go there at some point.
I'm
Clearly has
Corey,
never heard of it.
and I'm trying to get to Winwood because I want to play music instead of farming.
Oh, are you any good?
Yes. But
As soon
I
as you say
can't
this, he
play right
sees
now.
like Juniper, Saki, and Jason's their faces after yesterday. I heard
Answer.
music is an excellent way to tame wild beasts, so I'm sure it will serve you well in your travels and adventures.
This here is Mr. Keko, the aforementioned chicken growing the itchy ivy.
A wonderful day to you, Mr. Keko.
She's getting side-eyed so hard by a chicken right now.
You notice that Bartholomew keeps shifting, so there's just enough wind in his hair to like keep it blowing. And tree person, please.
I'm Jace, the brave, mighty warrior. I'm like looking at this goat as I'm saying this with a little bit of shame in my heart.
The brave and mighty warrior who got scared by a chicken.
And then I'm just like, nice to meet you. And I go back to like eating this ration, just like kind of kicking my feet the way a kid does on a chair that's too tall.
Adorable. Oh, I understand. Goats can be quite terrifying. They've chased me around the farm many times. What are your plans at the farm? I already mentioned a few things, and I know you said you didn't get a package, but is it like a day stay, or are you getting the little B&B area?
There's a lot more than I expected.
We was kind of hoping to ask Mr. Fern.
Ms. Fern.
Okay, we was trying to ask Miss Fern about the whole plant business with the goats because, well, our animals started growing plants, and we thought maybe the weirdness happening with the goats was they was growing plants, which I guess is the weirdness.
Quite unusual, quite strange. I find it rather delightful.
But
thinking back on it, I did get sent out to the far pasture after I expressed my delight. I'm sure it's just a matter of changing the scenery for the goats.
Oh, probably, yeah.
He
Corey
is
has
like
so many questions.
Bartholomew is perfectly happy with letting the conversation drop and just making sure the lights hits his face correctly and offering everyone enough wine. Does make like a little cup of wine and then gives it to Juniper and goes, for your tree friend, just go around, Poppy. I don't mean to imply you don't know anything about goats, but this is your first visit to the farm. Don't give the goats wine. Please.
Duly noted. She's gonna kind of go and like eyeing the goat. Just call. You doing okay up there?
Oh, it's very pleasant in the tree. I just wanted a goat friend though, and this goat was kind of mean. I think I pet the wrong one, as I like kind of acrobatically like lean down to take the wine.
She just kind of looks at the goat like, can you please leave my friend alone, so they can get out of the tree?
Are you actually offering the goat anything, or are you just asking nicely? Because this goat zoned in on like Jace not being great with many things. The sock hands gave it away and just figured, aha, easy pickings.
I think I'll offer the goat like a little bit of my rations.
Oh yeah, it'll follow the ration.
Okay, I'm gonna lead the goat away from the tree.
You know, take the easy food instead of the food that's being problematic.
I slide down out of the tree. That was smart. Thank you. Like clearly making a note of how to like get goats away from you.
Putting him away for a mental long-term gain.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, at some point you notice that Mr. Keko is quite not upset, but baffled, puzzled, considering whether or not he should be offended. As one of the goats is happily munching away on the poison ivy growing on his flank.
Does that hurt Mr. Keko, or?
He's allowing it to happen. The goat isn't like ripping it out by the root like you tried at first, but he's just gently eating leaves. And goats are impervious to absolutely everything, so they don't seem to be bothered by the oils.
So on the one hand, Corey's like, I probably should not let goats eat my chicken at all. On the other hand, it is removing some of this ivy.
I am sitting
It's
on so
solving a
many
problem.
taste like chicken jokes. I'm not doing it. I shouldn't.
So, I mean, maybe if we can get, like, some gloves and some scissors, we can trim the leaves regularly then? So at least we're not getting burned by Keko?
Maybe.
It's just a new form of grooming.
Yeah. I just need a pair of scissors.
And gloves.
And some gloves. But I guess this will work as gloves, because it's bandages that are thick enough to not, you know.
But ideally something you can, like, take off and wash. So you don't,
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's
What did happen to your hands? They look quite sore and painful and hopefully not contagious.
touched the chicken.
Ah. Good to know. Good to know indeed. Moved away from the chicken with speed.
That's how we learned that the ivy itches?
I mean, the feathers
Oh.
are fine. It's just the green parts that you don't want to touch, which is a lot
Slowly
of the
taking
chicken.
over my bird.
We have noticed that the goats are getting more planty as time goes on. Is that also why Sock Hands has sock hands?
Yeah.
Or is that a
it's-
personal choice?
No, it's so that I don't get poison eye.
You know, I personally feel that not being able to use your hands would severely hinder your enjoyment of the farm. Would you like some cream for that? He's making this concerned face that is mainly because he finds it absolutely disgusting and kind of wants it not around him, but he's couching it in concern. He just thinks you're gross and he wants you to be less gross, but he's pretending he cares about you.
I would not pick up on that at all and be like, "You have cream for yes, please." And I sort of like,
Oh,
peel off.
I have a cream for everything.
Sock hands.
I bought it from this lovely woman in Lifferwin. And he breaks out this rather large tub of rose-scented cream. And when I say rose-scented, think Axe body spray, but more fantabulous. And yeah.
I trust this is a thing that will be fine, and I will take some rose axe cream.
Beautiful. Coat it very well. You have to like really cover it and sit with it for a few minutes. Like if you have any leather gloves to put on it, that's extra helpful.
I mean, I can put the socks back on, but that doesn't seem like the most sanitary. thing.
Yes. Good. Not sanitary. That is a good instinct to have. Please never use those socks for anything ever again.
I sort of look at like my bare feet and my shoes and like look back at him and be like, "Yeah, of course."
There are
Get
socks
your
in the
new
gift shop.
socks.
There's socks in the gift shop, and he offers this tub to Corey.
Who I think at this point in his life is so tired of rose-scented things because lots of things in Geyser smell like roses. And it's just like, thank you, I will pass.
Okay.
I'm already wearing a cream and I don't know that they won't interact.
So, Jace, after a few minutes, which they feel like very long minutes, right? Because this is an olfactory assault. But after a few minutes, your hands are baby skin soft and don't itch. No hives, no cracks, no bleeding.
So smooth.
Yeah. And he just goes, wonderful spot. Wonderful stuff, yes?
I mean, yeah, I would. They could do a little less with the perfume, but otherwise, yeah. Corey, you should definitely try.
Oh no, I asked for the scent. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, I mean, it's a great scent.
Thank you. My mother tells me I have excellent taste.
As one's mother should.
Corey is like slowly migrating back towards Keko and like kind of casually, or trying to casually anyway, gather up the rope that he usually uses to lead the bird and just kind of like, just quietly, okay, Mr. Keko, where do we want to go?
Corey, you know what would help.
Start to kind of lean and like try and get the bird to come with him because it's like, come on, I do not want the rose smelling stuff.
Corey.
The bird is still letting a goat graze on his side.
Totally trying. It's like such a strong smell.
Oh yeah, like a high school locker room.
Mm.
Or it's just like, nope. Sensory
All right.
nightmare.
Don't you want you use
I
the
will-
hands?
Please, ma'am, if Corey, yes? If Corey has made their decision, we shall honor it. And he screws the lid back on the tub. If you reconsider, let me know. And he puts it back in his bag, slings it over his shoulder. Again, this bag, gold stitching, leather, satin, velour, money not taste. And goes, shall we then?
Yeah. Please lead the way.
I get to lead an adventuring party. Oh, I'm writing Mama about this weekend. As he starts heading off in the direction that Mr. Keko also wanted to go earlier. So he might be an idiot, but at least he knows where the farm is. And that's where we will take our break. And we will be back in about 15 minutes. And finally see this fabulous farm. See you soon. Hello and welcome back. I've just proudly proclaimed we've defeated technology, so I'm waiting for technology to come back and have its sweet revenge. Let's hope it does so at the end. We are now joined by Fern, as played by Lana, reprising one of her earlier roles in Ryuutama campaign I played. Thank you, Lana, for joining us. For now, we are, however, going to start by zooming back in on our party. Jace, Saki, Corey, and Juniper, as they are being led through... What's the best word to describe this? Woods carefully crafted and conditioned to look like woods. You know how theme parks have woods? The closer you get to the farm, the woodsier these woods get. Everything gets just that little brighter, just that little more well-maintained. I think at some point you even see like a little hidden trash can behind one of the larger oak trees. Bartholomew, confidently leading the way, at some point starts heading in the wrong direction, gets corrected by a giant chicken, and goes, "Ha-ha! Yes, Gallon Chicken, of course you are correct. That way." And continues to charge you towards Fern's fabulous goat farm. You are vomited onto a little cobblestone road that is attached to no other road, because this Fern is not on the main road, because that's not an authentic experience. But you find a little cobblestone road, a few potted plants, a few empty pots that used to contain plants but have suspicious teeth marks everywhere. And signage starts to pop up. There's little signs going B&B to the right, manatee experience to the left, magical maze also to the left. And a little up the hill, a rather large farm building. There's a sign that it's talking about a watermill. There's a windmill. There's plenty of options. And Bartholomew goes, "And this is where I leave you, my new fine friends, as I have goats to deliver to the stables. And as he gestures, you notice these goats have completely wandered off. Like, he started with 8. There's currently 3. One of them's climbing a tree. And he's like, another fine day of goat herding done. He does this ridiculous bow that is perfect for Rayford and completely out of place here. And final chance, Corey.
Bye, Bartholomew.
A brave person indeed. And he struts off, hair beautifully flowing in the breeze, extensions exquisitely maintained, and leaves you standing on this little cobblestone paved road.
Do we want to just try to find Fern, or do we want to... This is a lot more than I was expecting, honestly.
Uh-huh.
There's a magic maze. It sounds so cool.
I'm just curious how they got the manatees here.
Yeah, what's it? Like, is it like that's like
Real manatees?
I feel like it's like a play on words, like how some people do those for shop names, like something like that. But after we save these goats, we should definitely go find out.
Yeah, let's go track down Fern, I guess.
Should we start up there? And I just would like point at the farmhouse. Seems like the spot.
Seems like a solid thought. Yeah.
Excellent.
Might as well.
All right. Straight up the hill to the farmhouse?
Yee.
Alrighty. Fern, a group of travelers is coming up your road, heading towards your little bridge that separates your outer lands from the inner sanctum. They didn't book in advance. They didn't get a full package. Walk-ins.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, things are... I need the good hat. Wait. Oh. Okay. Welcome! Hello! Hi!
Hello.
Hello, friend.
Welcome to Fern's Fabulous Farm, Adventure Zone, Goat Sanctuary, Bed and Breakfast, and a crochet center of the world.
There's a whole lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of hats this farm is
impressive.
wearing.
Yeah, a lot of hats. I see what you did there. Yeah, it's really important when you're a lot time outside that you stay safe from the sun. It bode me well on my travels. I really needed it all the time, and I am a very experienced adventurer. And here you can get a taste of adventure without all the danger.
Look, guess it's good practice for the real thing.
Yes, of course. Or maybe after a stay at Fern's Fabulous Farm, Adventure Palace, Goat Sanctuary, and Crochet Epicenter of the World, you'll just be satisfied and go home happy.
Well, we're actually here on an adventure.
That's amazing. Tell me all about it. Would you like some tea?
That'd be lovely, thank you.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Amazing. Let me see. Bramble! Is Bramble leaf tea okay?
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, sweetie,
A
just-
medium-sized goat comes, I wouldn't say strutting, but definitely strutting around a corner. Head held high, part of a child's sweater in her mouth, looking incredibly pleased with herself. As in the background you hear, and walks right up to Fern.
Hi, darling. Yeah. Well, we've been having a kind of an issue with the goats, they've been sprouting foliage, but the good thing about that is mobile tea service. So I'm just going to pick bramble for a bit, and I'll put the kettle on. So I'll pluck some leaves of bramble and go into the fabulous cottage and start the tea.
Everything here looks really well maintained, solidly built. As Fern scuttles about, a little distractedly, like starts one thing, doesn't quite finish it, starts the other thing, doesn't quite finish it. In the background, there's just this solidly built man in just the most sensible outfit, just short buzzed hair, and whenever Fern leaves something to go do something else, he will finish that task. Fern will fill the kettle with water, leave it on the counter, he will put it on the fire as she's already completely somewhere else. He's just finishing everything that she forgets to finish. Just very quietly, very matter-of-factly, this is clearly just what he does.
So, here's tea for all of you. Now, tell me about your experiences and what kind of package you would like to get for your experience here.
Well, we're not really necessarily here for an experience. We do have questions. Actually, the goats are the reason why we're here.
My goats? Did you see my announcement? Did you see when I asked for people to help me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's great. Then I could well, if you have a solution, I could get you some experiences for free, or if you can try at least for a discount.
Well, right now we're just kind of trying to figure out what's going on ourselves because we weren't sure if you were having the same problem as I just hold up my fox as him and our chicken. Our chicken's a little worse.
The fox that's being presented to you has grown shiny purple flowers along its spine. Looks quite contentedly at this point, just being carried around by their human. The chicken, the size of your barn, currently being chased by one of your goats that seem insistent on eating the poisonous plants that are growing on its side and under its wings.
I thought it was a goat problem.
It could be.
Well, apparently that's... I mean, I don't know everything about goats. I only have the pygmy ones. Well, some of them are a bit overgrown. But this is a fox, right? Not a goat.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not a goat problem. It's... Have you seen any other animals having this?
Well, we ain't seen it on wild birds.
No. Well, that's very weird. Okay, so it's not just my problem then. See, Dave, it wasn't anything I did.
Well, when did you start noticing, the sprouting?
Well, Clover's always been called Clover, but how long ago, Anniek?
Clover was, in fact, the one to start, being the matriarch.
Yeah.
Clover started sprouting clover a solid 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. 3 weeks ago.
Clover's always been super weird. So that's Clover sprouting Clover tracked. It was when her offspring started.
Yeah.
Worried.
And it was I named them all, but when Marigold got marigolds and Buttercup got buttercups and Poppy got puppies and Hazel began being little hazel tree leaves and Sage started smelling like roast lamb with sage sauce, and it was just disorienting. And Dave was like, "What did you do, Fern? Did you experiment with magic again?" And I wasn't. I really wasn't. So, yay, I guess.
From the back, Dave goes, "This time."
Fair enough. And Thistle, it's been so sad for Thistle because I can't hug him anymore because it hurts. And he's gotten into crocheting. And have you ever gotten Thistle into crochet?
Ooh.
And that's my legacy, I'm a crochet influencer. And I just need my stuff. And I've been crocheting with goat hair for years, and I've tried crocheting with ivy, but ivy isn't crochetable. So
As Fern is saying this, you notice behind her in like the area that leads to the gift shop, there are like socks crocheted out of ivy that just look raggedy and turning brown. There's a new sign, clearly handwritten, that just says thistle tea, and it's just bits of thistle that look like they got ripped from the back of a goat with some bit of goat's hair still in it.
Yeah, I since learned to like pluck the fur off and wash the leaves. The bramble tea is good, really. Bramble stands still when I get it.
I look at Corey, I was like, so Corey, what does Keko mean? Like, what is Keko?
I didn't think it had anything to do with plants. It's just a sound it makes sometimes.
And the fox? And I turn to Juniper.
I don't think Benny's any kind of plant. Not that I know, at least.
I haven't started growing ferns, so that's something. Right, Dave? They're not on my back or something, no?
I'm not looking at your back again, Fern.
How about hands now that they're unsocked? Still fern free?
Still fern free.
Or plant free, I wouldn't be fern.
Also plant free, but
Yeah.
also fern free.
General. I'm just like very closely like having like a stare down with one of these goats and just like pretending like I'm sussing something out.
Roll spirit int.
Oh no.
Don't look directly into their eyes. They really don't like that.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm not touching it, so like
No, it's not the touching, it's the staring.
well, you said
Don't make me
int?
tap the sign.
Yep.
And I tap the sign, don't stare at the goats.
7?
7.
Oh, 6, sorry.
Perfect. The goat you're in a stare down with decides that it could take you and that you're not worth the effort. And as soon as Fern goes, don't make me tap the sign, and taps the sign that says don't stare at the goats, you realize that the goat stare was a distraction. And that you've lost more than half of a pant leg to another goat.
Is it like the same goat from before, or is this a different goat that stole my pant?
Oh, it is absolutely the same goat from before. Poppy has it out for you now. You escaped her once, never again.
I just like kind of stand up and like brush off my like one pant leg, one bare leg.
It's part of the experience, but you can buy crocheted pants that are very fashionable in the gift shop.
I would like to point out to my party before they go shopping, almost everything in the gift shop has the uncool qualifier, so it's more affordable. There's also some downsides.
I think it's cool.
I will point out at this point, you can also notice that Fern is wearing something that we love to call mountaineering Crocs. With socks.
Of course.
Yeah, you got it.
So, Ms. Fern, you know some magic? What kind of magic?
Well, no is a big word. It's just, you know, the world's so magical, and when you've had so many adventures like I have, sometimes things happen around you, and you just go with it.
Oh. Okay. He's like a little bit disappointed by that answer, but like also it's like, yeah, no, that tracks as far as how his experience with magic has gone thus far. Just, it just kind of happened one day.
You just have to really believe in yourself and everything, and just... I think what I created here is magic. Did you see how neat and tidy the forest is? And it smells so good.
That is a good bit of hard work to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like maintain the forest with actual magic then?
Well, I don't know. I just make ideas and then I start things, and Dave helps, of course. And Bartholomew pays enough for his experiences so we can sometimes get people in. And I think it's magical. I don't know. Anniek, did I use magic? I don't remember.
Oh, you absolutely did not. Dave did.
No. Oh, Dave did.
Oh, Dave absolutely did. You don't know Dave has magic, but Dave did.
Dave is trying so hard. I mean, he needs to beef up his image a little bit, but he's such a diligent worker.
Let me be very clear here. Dave carries this entire farm on his back.
That's, I mean, maybe the animals are like eating something magic and that's turning them into plant guys.
Maybe, but did you feed your fox anything different, or does he get his own food?
I don't think he's eating anything different. I mean, I'm not watching him all the time, but I think foxes and chickens tend to eat different things, right?
Goats eat everything, so
I think foxes and chickens eat different things most of the time.
I don't know. I saw a chicken eat a mouse once.
Well, yeah, and they'll eat bugs and snakes.
Kekko's a lot bigger than a normal chicken, so I don't think that bugs would be particularly satisfying.
Was that
You're
chicken
the big
always that
bugs.
big?
Yeah, so our farm doesn't do goats; it does giant chickens.
That's amazing. I do tiny goats.
Tiny goats.
Yeah,
we do-
these goats are like Great Dane sized at best.
Well,
Tiny
Clover isn't.
Clover is special.
I mean, I never wanted to farm goats, but then Clover had to be promiscuous. I thought she was only a baby, but then there was this glorious Lance Corporal Fuzzy Bottoms, and then we had
Emperor
babies.
Fuzzy Bottoms.
I know, eventually, yes.
That's another goat, right?
Yeah, Sergeant Major Fuzzy Bottoms came to live with us. He wouldn't leave Clover alone. I mean,
Every
I can't
time
say
she mentions Admiral Fuzzy Bottoms, there's this distant sound of horns somehow.
Yeah, I can't say she's promiscuous, actually. She's been with Viceroy Fuzzy Bottoms for years now.
Can we meet this Admiral Viceroy Sergeant Major Fuzzy Bottoms?
I think so. You want to come to the stables?
Yes, please.
They might be enjoying their marital bliss, so we have to knock.
That would be polite.
Yes. I will
Beautiful.
take them to the stables and hope they aren't doing their thing.
Doing the no pants dance, which is a weird name because something goats do. Are people grabbing their tea or?
Is it actually good tea or does it have like goat hair in it?
I mean,
Dave
Dave
picked it
finished.
out.
Dave
Yeah.
picked it out. Dave finished making it, so there's no goat hair. There's a very clear delineation between things Dave finished and things Fern finished. I tried not to make that an alliteration, but it couldn't be helped.
Chug
But
tea
thank
and
you,
leave.
sir.
It's
Yeah,
good tea.
I'll just-
It is actually really nice
Okay.
tea. I
Yeah,
will
I'll take
point out, especially for Jace. For Jace, everything smells like that Rose Axe body spray that you put on your hands to make sure they stop being absolutely awful, and it is affecting what everybody else can smell. But in general, this place, I don't know a nice way to put this. It just really, really smells like goat.
Yeah.
In this particular area, I'm sure if you get to the manatees, it'll be less
Manatee smell.
more manatee, less goat. But currently, goat and greenery, because they don't have that much fur anymore at this point.
And the cheap room spray with a little bit of vanilla in it. Because
That's not helping.
no, but it's like theme parks have a smell, so
Yes.
we do.
It is absolutely adding to the experience. And whether or not that's a good thing, we will leave for everyone to decide for themselves.
You will never forget your adventures at Fern's farm.
For better or worse.
To the stables!
To the stables.
Oh, goodness.
You are taken to the stables, which are near. I was going to call an apiary, but it's once again more of a cosplay version of an apiary. It's a farm should have one of these. So the bees are there, but the main area is very performative.
Here you can put on like a beekeeper thingy and walk through the bees. And over there you can cut wood. And if you go there, there's the manatees. And there is the tree to climb where you can get your tree climbing certificate. And here is the stables.
Exactly.
Maybe.
You don't have to worry about these goats having their marital moments, because as you can see, as you even head towards these stables, on the stable, on the roof, is a glorious goat, enormous horns, posing in a way that Bartholomew could only dream of. This goat knows who he is, and he knows what he's worth. And this is his place.
My liege, would you like to come down?
The
There are
most
people
fabulous
here who wants to meet you.
His Royal Highness Sir Fuzzy Bottoms ignores you.
ever seen.
That really is a really, really fabulous goat.
Is he on his hind legs posing? Like standing up?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he does that. Yeah.
Uh,
I can see why she felt for him. I don't go for goats personally, but if I were a goat, I'd get it.
Is he like a talking goat, or is he just...
No.
Oh, he's just a normal hind leg standing goat.
He's very regal.
Okay. Like, good enough explanation for Jace. Goes back to looking like in wonderment at everything else.
Mr. Gecko, how come you can't look that regal?
He just looks more grumpy as soon as you ask him that, and he just puts his butt down on the path, settles on his little chicken bottom, poofs out his feather in annoyance. Says, "How dare you question Mr. Keko?"
Not that you ain't regal, you just... I mean, look at him.
No, you went too far. Nuh-uh. Mr. Keko did not carry your shit halfway across this country for you to start now.
No. So it's like, in the background of whatever is about to happen next, you've got Gecko trying to, like, not barter, that's not the right word, but trying to, like, backpedal and convince the chicken that, no, you're still amazing. You're just...
I think your chicken is very impressive. I've never seen a chicken that big. Can I address the chicken himself? Themselves? Herself? How?
His name is Keko. He's old enough to be a mister, so...
Hello, Mr. Gecko. You're glorious. Would you like a title? I can give you one of my titles. We also have them in the gift shop, but I can just give you one. Okay. Let's see. Right where you're standing, that'll be your ground, and you will be Baron Gecko the First, Grand Marshal of Fern's fabulous farm. this 10 centimeters.
Baron Gecko does a thing that chickens do when they like scratch their feet into the dirt to like really mark it, get a little dust in his feathers, and Baron Gecko will accept this title.
Great! I think I fixed it.
Corey's just making this beautiful face because he is not sure if he is actually going to commit to calling Keko Baron Keko. He already calls him Mr.
I'll get you the certificate when we get back.
Baron Keko is now landed.
Yeah. Landed gentry.
Exactly. Your chicken is now landed gentry.
Giant singing chicken moving up in the world. This is fine. Pa'll be happy. Ma'll be a little annoyed that I managed to get you landed and not me, but...
Oh, you can buy some in the gift shop as well, but this was a gift for your chicken.
Just that big slog suffering sigh because he can't afford no title. He can't.
If you fix my goats, I'll give you a piece as well. I mean, I have so much farm, and I haven't sold a lot of the ground yet, and it'll be yours. And we have a little map, and we have everyone's name on there who bought a little plot. It's really cool.
Mm.
Anyway, fuzzy bottoms.
So I have a question. Is this goat clearly magical in some way, or is he just the fanciest goat
roof?
to have ever goated?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one on the roof. He is the fanciest goat to have ever goated, and he is not like a spellcaster, but he clearly has the kind of aura that denotes it's not an entirely natural goat.
You think maybe the Emperor Viceroy has maybe had
Emperor,
something to do with
Viceroy,
this?
Admiral.
He just has all the titles, and we try to use all of them because he doesn't like when you use just one, because he doesn't really feels put in a corner. So you just
Don't pigeonhole the goat.
yeah. But you were asking, what do I think about him?
Is he magic? Like magic?
Probably a little bit. He puts up with Clover, so that's magic.
Is he growing leaves? I kind of squint up at the goat now.
Squinting up at His Royal Highness Sir Fuzzy Bottoms. Not leaves, but he's growing this lion's mane of white flowers.
He smells like
There you go.
jasmine. It's really nice.
Weirdly enough, nothing floral on his bottoms that remain fuzzy.
He's my only source of yarn right now. And it's not easy to get it off him.
I guess would explain why he's not coming down.
Oh, fair. You know what?
That
I will take your chicken and get him his certificate, and then maybe he'll talk to you or commune. I can't really talk, but, communicate. So...
Meanwhile, Clover's like in the doorway because you knocked and nothing ever happened. And she's
Hi, Clover. We have walk-ins. Can you believe it? They are here to try. Yeah, I know. They're here to try to sort out your children with all the growing of the leaves and stuff. How's your Clover?
Clover looks personally offended that you would suggest her children need sorting out.
Well, Thistle is very painful lately. I'm just going to take this new Baron chicken and get him a certificate. Please get Fuzzy Bottoms down. Thank you. And I'll present my hand to the chicken to go get his certificate.
The chicken throws one more last dirty look at Corey.
Who is dutifully ignoring him, just like, nope, I don't see it.
Daring to suggest he's not as regal as that freaking goat up there. And will hold his beak high tries to strut, but is a little too old for a proper strut, so it looks a little stiff.
I'll let him lean on my arm without it
And
looking
with like
he's
a little,
leaning.
with his little stiff chicken gait, will follow Fern to the gift shop to be properly landed, as is his due.
Watch out for the poison ivy.
That's to you, Fern.
What? Poison? Ow! Thank you.
Oh.
Beautiful. All right. The four of you are faced with a goat covered in clover. And Captain Fuzzy Bottoms on the roof. Who has not yet deigned to notice your existence. He knows you're there. He just hasn't looked at you yet. He has put his 2 front feet down at this point. But now he's doing that perfect square, letting the sun shine right between his horns. Everything, like, he's the showman Bartholomew wishes he was.
I look to the party and it just says, "Oh, okay, so what now?"
Okay, so we know all the goats are growing
Magic
foliage.
goats.
Yeah. Is the fox magic?
Not that I've ever known.
It's like giant chicken seems kind of in the realm of something that maybe at one point was magic.
I mean, Pa keeps saying that they came from magic, so like way back in their family tree, but I mean, all they do now is occasionally blow smoke out the nose. Nothing special.
Are we
Echo
going
is a
to
special
interview-
chicken, and Corey is a special boy.
Oh.
Are we going to interview the goats?
I guess if he comes down?
Ow.
Excuse me, good sir, and good day to you, ma'am. Just to the goats. He's gonna try and commune with the goats and get them to give us
Beautiful.
some insights. I don't know.
Second Lieutenant Fuzzy Bottoms continues to ignore your existence, but Miss Clover is perfectly willing to commune with tourists. She knows her job here. Clover's an
Well-
adventuring goat. You're nothing new to her.
Well, you see, while y'all look lovely in your floral arrangements and less floral arrangements, well, Mr. Keko isn't supposed to be sprouting itchy, scratchy leaves. And we was hoping that maybe you could give us some insight into what happened?
So, for my mental image, Corey is addressing Clover.
Clover and
Sake, Juniper, and Jace are just sort of going, I don't know what's happening, but we're here.
Corey's that kind of person that it's like, you know what? As far as I know, animals can talk, they just choose not to. So
I mean, you
that's
might
where we
not
are.
be wrong at this point.
Mhm.
Roll spirit.
And I think I'm trying to think how this goes about. At some point, he absolutely is going to like unveil a song for the most glorious goat he has ever seen in his whole life. But right now is not necessarily
Not
that
yet,
time.
but
He's
you're like
gotta think of the
composing
words.
in the back of your
Yes.
head. You're already writing this.
Yes. Right,
While
that's-
you're rolling and thinking about this, I kind of want to know, because Jace, you're the one who found this job, and you're technically the one who's going to save everyone. You're
Yeah, for
brave
sure.
and a leader. How does this make you feel? Is this what you expected? Is this what you were thinking?
I feel like when I see Corey start talking to the goat, I would like kind of look at Juniper and Saki and just be like, do you think Corey's magic too? Maybe the magic people are. Maybe their magic's infecting their pets. And I just like look really thoughtful. Like I'm just really gonna suss this one out. But also clearly I have no idea what's going on.
Well,
Yeah.
not magic.
What? Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
going to try to put my fox on the edge of the roof to try to see if it'll go and talk with the goat on the roof.
Your fox will scamper up on the roof. I don't know how Field Marshal Fuzzy Bottoms will take his presence, but your fox is down.
Wait, I'm just gonna.
Saki?
As someone who was just kind of like along for the ride for the moment, I am very confused, but I feel like there's something going on with that big goat on the roof. Just
Honestly, mood.
yeah. It's
I'm
just
running this game and I'm confused at this point.
Yeah, because Saki is not magical at all and is very like practical minded, so doesn't even know really where to begin.
From a practical standpoint, this is a well-run farm. Very few things are in disrepair. And, yeah. There are little touches of magic around. Corey, what did you end up rolling?
7.
A 7. We're looking for anything like deeply specific or just more of a general commune with the goat nature?
Trying to commune with the goat, but also get a general vibe of, well, when about, what was the moment that this, like, change occurred as far as you are aware?
Fair. So we're going to leave the fox and the goat on the roof for a little bit as you're trying to impress things on Clover, who in the Fern Clover combo, Clover's kind of the brains of the operation, if we're going to be honest about it. If we're looking at int die, look, Fern, she has a higher int die than you have. You know this.
This tracks. The chicken also has a higher int die than Corey. Corey's not mad.
No, it just tracks. Clover just ambles away in that swaying gait that chill goats have and heads towards out of the stable and around the side a little bit and is just sort of expecting you to follow.
Corey will, because animals leaving me a place? Okay!
Hey, the chicken was right last time as well.
Yeah.
And Clover stops in front of this big, overgrown patch of just vines and ivy at the side of the barn and just looks at you, expecting you to get something.
He's going to
A little
Not poison
impatient hoof
ivy.
stomp. Not
English
poison ivy. No,
ivy.
regular. Yeah.
There's no poison
Little-
ivy on my farm.
A little impatient hoof stomp.
Do you want us
may
to
I?
clear
He's
it?
reaching towards, touching it.
As you reach out to touch it, it moves.
That's not normal, right? We don't have much ivy back where I'm from, and the lichen don't do that.
As it moves, you see it pull little root feet out of the ground. And it is a little quadruped vine dragon.
Oh!
It's just a cute little dragon. It just lives here.
Hello!
Oh,
Little bow real quick, because that's a whole dragon. You gotta be respectful.
Just little dragon. Doesn't seem too upset I got disturbed. Just little dragon. If you want to see, there's a picture in our Discord.
I gotta see the dragon.
Definitely was just a little baby.
Oh, Just a little vine dragon. It's the small
Oh.
version of this one. Like, this is like a baby.
Well, hello, friend. Are you the reason everybody's growing sudden plants?
It doesn't have a mouth, so you're pretty sure it can't talk to you.
I don't think he expects an answer. He just, posits the question to the void.
I'll let any smart person who feels the need to roll an int check for this.
I'll do that. I've got an 8 on this.
I mean, what if...
11.
11. So, this just little vine dragon. There's lots of little dragons around. Clearly, Fern's farm is just a happy place that's well maintained because dragons like to chill in little happy places and collect little stories and grow little things. And this just looks like a young vine dragon. This one hasn't enchanted anything. This one hasn't done anything. But you do get the feeling that Clover is saying, hey, there's a lot of weird shit happening, and spring needs to turn to summer, but it hasn't yet. You might start thinking dragons.
Oh. Okay, so dragons. Dragons in the seasons. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Spring, everything's growing, so I don't know that we're equipped to really deal with dragons, but
Just a little guy. I am definitely like inching towards the dragon with a hand out.
well, I mean,
just
this
chills
one,
there.
yeah. But like any dragon with real power that could affect the seasons, that's a lot.
I approach it and knowing that it can't speak, but I say, is something wrong? Is there something you want to tell us? Do you need help?
And big dragons get sick?
It sort of shakes itself out and does this thing where, because it's basically a plant, right? It's a dragon that's also a plant. But it spreads all of these big leaves it has, and it tries to catch as much sun as it can. But you see a lot of immature buds and a lot of not fully grown leaves. And this dragon also seems to be caught in this. Like, it's ready for summer, right? It's ready to bloom and grow, but something, like, for some reason, it's still spring. But everything about this little plant dragon is like, it needs to be summer already, or it's gonna start withering a little.
Corey's gonna try something on seeing that, because Corey actually has an affinity for summer magic. And one of the spells he knows is called Vacation Vitality. So he's gonna try and cast that. But I don't play magic users very often, so I don't remember what the magic rule for casting spells is.
It should say on the spell what your check is.
Okay. It does not.
Then it should say how many mana points it's going to cost you.
Okay. And you just spend the points and then cast it?
Yes, and depending on whether or not the effect of your spell is dependent on a dice roll, it just happens, or like in combat, someone might roll against you. But I'm pretty sure for Fidelity, especially if you're casting it on just a cute little dragon, it'll probably just work.
Okay. Then
But
I
you do
think
need to spend all those mana points, and you recover those with a proper
rest.
camping check.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
So
I'm
yeah,
just saying
essentially
you're
this.
in a bed and breakfast.
Yes.
There are options.
Yes, I also know how much money they have and how much we charge for bed and breakfasts. I'm not saying they can't afford a goat B&B, but I'm saying they probably cannot afford a goat B&B. Just putting that out there.
Essentially, Corey just kind of, seeing this goes, Oh! And, pulls his guitar out and is going to try and play, even though he's still wearing the hand wraps. Eventually takes those off because, they're annoying. I'm tired of them.
I will point out you're doing that thing where your fingers start cracking and bleeding.
Ooh.
Yeah, just But he's going to use his guitar and power through, and he's going to play some, cute little, acoustic licks that remind of summer, and just something about it is special somehow. And this little dragon now gets a +2 bonus to its condition.
Some of those little blooms that were completely folded in start blossoming a little bit. And its leaves get a little glossier and a little perkier.
There you go. Don't you feel better?
He does. He clearly needed a bit of that summer touch. I also point out to the rest of the party, compared to whatever the fuck that music was yesterday, this is amazing. You don't get the bonus to your condition, but just hearing it makes you feel better.
Yeah, and seeing the guitar, Jace kind of went to cover their ears. And then sort of contentedly sighs as this is happening. It's just leans over to Juniper. That's way better.
Having an off day the other day.
Yeah, it wasn't a great day.
And of course, as soon as he's done playing it and puts his guitar away, it's it catches up to him.
You should have
It's a little bit of blood and a little bit of clear fluid. It comes out.
Ooh. Maybe they have something to fix that here. They have all the goats for it.
Yeah, I hope so. You think Mr. Dave might have something? If we ask real nice?
I'm sure they've got some bandages we can patch you back up.
Okay. It's just I know he's gonna be a big baby about it again because owie.
Sort of pat you on the shoulder.
Major General Fuzzy Bottoms remains on the roof with a fox suitably impressed nearby.
Fern
coexisting on the roof.
Fern will come back talking to the chicken who's holding a scroll with, instead of a wax seal, it's a crochet seal. It's very official, and I will try and find you all, and probably the chicken will help me. Because apparently the chicken knows where it's going.
knows where Corey is. Yeah.
Okay. What are y'all doing behind the shed?
Making a new friend.
There's a dragon on the farm! Oh, you're bleeding. Ew.
Yeah, do you have bandages so we could clean them up?
Yeah, of course. And I have some beeswax honey balm that really helps as well. Dave, come.
There's just first aid stations all over this farm. Some of them have a little symbol that are marked human, and some have a little farm that are a little icon that's just everything that's not a human. So for Corey, he'll break open one of the little human first aid stations.
I'm so sorry. Did it happen on the farm? Was it my fault? Did I do something wrong? What do I have to change?
From behind, Dave goes, "Are we liable?"
No, I don't think so. I took the bandages off and yeah.
You were hurt before?
Chicken damage. It's chicken damage.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I have some right here.
Yeah.
It's not the chicken's fault.
No.
As soon as Fern goes, "I have some right here," and shows a little poison ivy mark, there's also just goat teeth marks. There's a lot of goat damage that is just everyday life at this point.
Love bites.
Brambles, scratches.
Yeah. The honey beeswax balm really helps. Let me.
Okay. Just hands out like, okay, cool. It doesn't smell like Axe Rose body spray. He's all for it.
No, it just smells like honey. And it's like goat milk, honey, and beeswax, so it's really soothing.
Oh.
Yeah. Great. Was it the dragon? Did the dragon do it?
No, I was playing my guitar. And, well, you shouldn't play guitar with blisters.
No, and maybe don't grab your chicken anymore.
But he's usually so soft.
Yes,
So
and
sad.
he's very well behaved.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a great time. Anyway, yeah, would you like one of the experiences now, or what's the plan? Dave, is everything ready?
All experience are primed.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here.
We have 2 B&B rooms available. And he sort of leans into Fern a little bit away from the party. Please don't give everything away for free. I did the books, and until Bartholomew's check comes in, we're skirting it.
But they're gonna help with the goats.
Are they?
Well, they said that's why they're here.
I know what they said, ma'am, but I've yet to see them do anything.
They found a dragon on the farm. That's a good sign.
With all due respect, ma'am, there's a lot of dragons on this farm.
What? Where?
Absolutely everywhere, ma'am. Please stop giving away things for free until services are actually rendered to the farm.
The chicken deserved it. He was so sad. It's just 10 centimeters of land. It's fine. And the tea is complimentary. That's always. Anyway, there's goat yoga at 12. And Dave can tell you all about how much everything costs because I'm not allowed.
This. Dave has this like laminated price list, including there is a group discount if you're interested.
There's also a good problem solving discount. Yeah.
Yes, provided there is actual problem solving.
Also,
he just looks at Fern with a "you will believe anything" kind of look.
Also, did you have the take a goat get a discount on that?
No one has taken a go yet, ma'am.
I know, but I mean, they might. They just.
There are 4 baby goats available for travel.
Yeah.
Baby goats?
Yes. And they come from real good adventuring stock. I mean, Clover has saved my life in the past. I'm not proud of it.
She's not wrong. She really has.
There were some dice rolls, and yeah. And they're so mobile, and they really help with telling people you're good people because you have a baby goat, and if you have a baby goat, you can't be a bad group.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Are you selling goats, or are you?
Well, you get a discount on the room if you take one.
So you're paying people to take the goats.
I have so many goats. Bartholomew is not the best goat herd, and they keep coming back pregnant.
I kind of want to go.
I mean, they are goat. You get a discount on the room with the goat. That's just
Yes.
Take a goat, get a discount. Yes.
Yes.
This doesn't.
I'll take a goat.
Ginger is primed for adoption. She smells great, like ginger. And Heather gets really pretty purple flowers.
Juniper is also available, as is Ivy.
No, not Ivy. I need to keep Ivy.
Ivy is absolutely available, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll take Ginger.
Okay, they come with the room, but you have to talk to Dave about the prices of the room. And would you like a workshop crochet your own help note?
Help notes.
Yes, it's one of my adventures. It really got us out of trouble when we were on a raft and we needed to make a note to someone. And then I just crocheted the letters into the note because we didn't have a pen and paper. So it's a really nice skill to have.
So as Fern is telling you this, she is pointing, like you're heading back to like the smaller stables where all the baby goats are that are available for adoption. And you pass by this notice board and there's this framed crochet thing that she's gesturing towards. It is faded. It is illegible. Lana rolled a 2 to create this piece of shit.
I will just say...
It is the ugliest piece of crochet you've seen in your entire life, and she is so proud.
I have to say, out of character, Fern was made to be good at crafting. The whole campaign, I only rolled really, really, really low on crafting.
Checks out, yeah.
I had a giant crochet hook to hit things with. That went great.
Oh my gosh.
But the crafting, but I never.
So this 4-year-old's my first crochet kit result is displayed proud. There's a plaque. There's a sign. It's framed. It was the highlight of one of her adventures. It's not good, and you're not sure if you want a workshop to learn how to make one of these. But you do get a discount on your room for adopting a baby goat. And that's actually where we're going to leave it for tonight. And we'll be back at Fern's Fabulous Goat Farm next week.
Oh my god. Look at this. Do we get
I gotta make a note for myself to ask the question that I wanted to ask.
Yes, please write down any remaining questions. Write down your conditions, write down how much money you have.
Before Dave
Juniper,
gets it
write
all.
down that you now have Ginger, the baby goat, who will be remanded into your care when you leave this farm. Goat yoga's at 12. Imported from Whitecap and other more questionable places that are definitely not a cult. That Fern definitely didn't join.
No. I just spent some time there, but I mean, they were all talking in very complicated things about doing things, and I just, it wasn't my vibe.
So we'll be back next week. We'll do quick sign-offs, and we'll wish everyone a very happy weekend. So Streamlabs crashed and Lana joined, and now the order on Zoom is all weird. So we're just going to go on order of Zoom again. It'll just be different than when we started. So I'm going to start with Kai.
Oh no. Hi, I am... What? I'm Kai.
Call out.
Oh, call out?
Yourself.
I am?
Cool shit you do.
Okay. I was like, what? You can find me, Kyle Creative, on ye old internets. I'm starting a new game Wednesday where I am GMing. It's like some Feywildy bullshit over on Gut Punch RP. On, I think, not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, I'm doing a playtest for Spliced on Alakazam's Twitch network. You can find it all. I retweet all of it on my Twitter. Also, sometimes I play a video game on my own channel, but
only sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Thank you very much. Amanda.
Hi, my name is Amanda. You can find me in most places at Panda Cabra. So next Saturday, I'm going to be helping out. I'm not going to be playing, but I will be helping out with TTRPG Gifts TransCon fundraiser. So definitely feel free to check that out. And then on April 25th, I will be on TRPG playing as yet untitled Root game, which will be my first time playing that as well. So yeah, feel free to say hi.
Cute forest animals.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Lex.
I'm Lex. I also go by Forda. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Ko-fi at FordaFair. No dash in between. Insta and a couple other places. I'm at Lex Arts with 2 X's, and I illustrate, I play games, and sometimes I stream. All of the above.
The current Ryuutama art is by Lex as well, as viewable on the overlay. Wraith.
I'm Wraith. You can find me at Slender Noya, pretty much just on Twitter right now because I'm not capable of keeping track of multiple social medias. I'm cast and crew over at Exquisite Corpse Presents. Our 2 weekend streams right now are on break for next week. We have one at 7 p.m. Saturday nights and one at 7 a.m. Sunday mornings. PST.
That is very early.
It's so early. It's so
That
early.
is so early.
But it's great. It's a Thirsty Sword Lesbians thing. It's Arthurian legend. Our DM has discovered World of Anvil and has gone absolutely ham on it. So we've got a ton of lore and stuff. And we'll have some more stuff coming out soon. I don't know when, but we're working on it.
Beautiful. Special guest for today, Lana.
Hi, I'm about to change all my social handles, so it's not important. I make lino prints and foliage earrings, and I usually pop up when Anniek does something. She either ropes me in for a campaign or makes me be a villain or something, because I love doing it. So
Yes.
Look for Anniek, you'll find me.
She is not wrong. Hi, I'm Anniek. I DM games here, and when I'm not DMing stuff here, the channel runners are nice enough to find games for me to play in, so I don't have to be the forever GM. We'll be here every Sunday for this Ryuutama game. Thank you for Baron Keko's camera appearance. I will also be playing in a Tales from the Loop game set in 1980s New Zealand for the EU Happy Hour over on Manapod Studios Twitch. Awfully refreshing to play with a whole bunch of Europeans because no one's going to be confused about what time zone we're in. And it's actually really, really nice, and I'm very, very excited. On Sword & Key soon, we have Thursday's Invisible Sun Fraying Threads campaign run by Mare. Invisible Sun is a really, really fun game, and I recommend people look at the system or watch the streams. We're here for Ryuutama. Normally there's Horizon's Call on Saturday, but they just had their season's finale. But that means you have time to catch up before the next season begins and figure out why Winnie is just the best PC ever. I just love a good centaur, especially in an ocean-based campaign. Monday, April 17th at 4 p.m. I'm going to assume EST because Eva didn't write it down. There is another Sword and Tea, which is where people come together and talk about games, and this will be about Wandering Strange. And then Wednesday, April 19th at 4 p.m., the Sword and Tea, they're all Pacific, I've just been informed. Forgive the European, okay? PST. In my world. No. April 19th, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Sword and Tea about Mole Kids, a game that was just run on this channel to support their Kickstarter, where you're teenagers doing things in a mall, as you are wont to do, and nothing will ever go wrong. Saturday, April 29th at 8 a.m. PST. It's not as bad as 7 a.m., but it's pretty close. There is an Invisible Sun charity one-shot, once again DM'd by Mare, because they have a deep, abiding love for the system and torturing people in it. Heartily recommend watching it. And not stream-related, but a podcast that is being produced by one of the people of Sword and Key, Monster Crush, for people who have a thing for monsters and would like to know more and learn more with other people who also have a thing for monsters. The second part of their reintroduction to the podcasting world, I should say, should be live today on Spotify and on all your other podcasting apps of choice tomorrow. I think that covers it for us. I think we're good. Assuming the raid command works properly this time, we will be raiding Utopia, another RPG channel filled with friends, also telling stories. And we will be back here next week. Bye, everybody.